Cam Smith with you, Sports Production, coming to you from Goudy Field on Saturday night in Langford, BC. Thank you for tuning in. We're at the Junior Bantam 9-Man Island Championships, and this is going to be a good one. Comox Valley Raiders in town to take on the Westshore Warriors and see who's going to punch their ticket into next week's Provincial Championship on November the 30th. This should be a good one, folks. Two well-balanced team, two well-coached team. And let's get this started without further delay. This is your 9-man championship game. And Hughes will kick things off for Comox. And the start of this game in this 9-man island final. And he's going to kick the ball right up in the air. He's looking for trouble on the bounce, but Salim with a fantastic cover up and take it over the Warriors. In good field position, and that's Halliman. He's going to hand the ball over to Anderson. Anderson, he hits the edge. Oh, but he is brought down, but not before a first down by Vickers. And then another nice run by Anderson. Vickers bringing him down again. Now deep in Comox territory are the Westshore Warriors early in this game, and they're going to hand the ball right off to Charco, and Charco. And he's met by Vickers again. Vickers everywhere early on, but Charco with a nice run. And that sets up this play right here. And churning his legs, and that is into the end zone. That is none other than Anderson. Anderson with the touchdown for the Westshore Warriors, getting on the board on their first drive. And the extra point attempt, a little bobble on the snap, and that's going to be no good. And score 6-0 Westshore early on. And after a touchdown, Westshore Warriors, it's Olivia going to kick this off, and Olivia gets a nice boot on it. It's going to go right back to Vickers, and Vickers picks this up, brought down right away, and that's Sitar with some great coverage on the play. And now that's Comox looking for a response. Motion, that's Lefevre. He looks to the outside, he's got blocking up front, and he hits the edge. Oh, and look out, Superman flying. Right there is Anderson. Gets Lefevre, but not before a first down for Comox. Let's check this out again. And getting the edge, he's got a great block up front. And turning the edge, and this young man is athletic. Just reaching out, hanging on, bringing him down. He's brought down around the 45-yard line. And that's Lefevre out of the gun again. There's motion both ways. And that's going to hand the ball off. Mesh point gets a little bit in trouble. But Evans all over that and brings Lefevre. And that's a tackle for loss on the play. And then Lefevre out of the gun. That's third down, and he's going to hand the ball off. And that goes right over to Cuban, getting back to the original line of scrimmage. And now on third down, Comox deciding to go for it. And Lefevre out of the gun, and Lefevre rolls out to his right. He's looking downfield. He's got pressure by Charco, but he lets this one go. Intended receiver. And he's looking for a flag, but he's not going to get one. That's a turnover on downs. Westshore with the ball once again. And now Halliman, he's going to hand it over to Anderson, but he's met right away by Dumonsu with a tackle in the backfield. Let's look at this one again. Dumonsu, he's gets off the ball quickly. And young man just grabs on and takes care of Anderson. That's two tough customers right there, and that's a great play by Dumonsu. And then splits, and that's Halliman out of the gun. And he's going to give a toss. That was coming right off tackle. Oh, what a play. This is going back to Hubert, and Hubert, he's got some wheels. He's heading to the outside. There's Vickers again. Vickers all over the field. What a play by Westshore. Dig deep in an offensive playbook. Man out of center, and he looks to put it up, and he does, and he's got Charlie, just out of the reach of Charlie, and that would have been to the house, and that results in turnover on downs. Wow, out of the gun, Lefevre single back set, and Lefevre, he hands the ball off. Villarreal, and he's looking to the outside, and coming out of nowhere, that's a great tackle by Charco. It's right back to the original line of scrimmage. And nice play by Charco. And now on second down, that's Lefevre. And Lefevre, he's going to take the snap. He's going to hand the ball off. And that is Zoll looking to get to the outside. He does. This young man has some wheels, but catching it up to him in a hurry. That's going to be Anderson, but that's a great run right there by Zoll. into Warriors territory. That Comox and Lefevre. Single back set, and Lefevre, he's going to roll out. Oh, but he is covered nicely. Oh, and he gets outside anyways, but once again, there's Anderson with nice pursuit. And that'll bring Lefevre down short of the first down marker. Now it's second down at about 3. And Lefevre out of the gun. And Lefevre, he's looking to go downfield, and he does. And what a throw. Oh, and what a breakup right there by Halliman. It was in the hands of the intended receiver, Hughes, but Halliman doing a great job on the play. And Lefevre out of the gun again, motion. He's going to hand the ball right off to Zoll, and Zoll, he's going to cut inside. And he bounces to the outside, and he's brought down. I believe that is Anderson once again on the play. And Anderson having a great game early on. And now Lefevre, after that first down, he's going to take it. He's going to look to put it in the air. Oh, there's a nice throw right now, and he finds his intended receiver. And that's Cubitt with the catch. A great catch by this young man. He's got some wheels. And a tall drink of water, doing a fantastic job. And now Lefevre out of the gun again. And Lefevre take the snap, and he's going to follow his blocker, and he cuts inside. Oh, and he's just met inside there by Charco. That's like hitting a brick wall. And then on third down, Comox is going to go for it, and Lefevre in the gun, and he hands this ball over to Zoll. Zoll just plows his way through, and that will be just enough for a first down, and that will end the first quarter. An entertaining opening quarter in this 9-man Island final. And then Lefevre, he's going to roll out to the left side, and he cuts inside. Oh, and he's met right away. And that is going to be Anderson on the tackle, stopping him from getting in the end zone. And then Lefevre, as they're backed up with a penalty, he's going to bring forward. And look who that Zoll. Zoll goes. He's got the speed, and he's heading for the end zone. But there is... second down, and Lefevre, and he's got Zoll right beside him, and he gives the ball to Zoll, and he's going to cut it up the middle, and he's met again by a host of Warriors, doing a good job and staying with this young man, because he's got some wheels. And then Lefevre, he's going to hand this ball off to Villamil. Oh, look out, that is Anderson, just shot out of a cannon. Read that all the way. What a play. And this defense from Westshore just came to play. That's a turnover on downs. And now Halliman out of the gun, deep in his own territory, and he looks to put this one, and he's flushed out of the pocket, and he's in trouble. And he just slips a tackle, just about falls down. What a balance. That's some athleticism right there. Oh, and he still puts the ball up right into the hands of Charco. And Charco, who's got wheels himself. And a nice block there by Charlie, and into the end zone. And not even touched. All the way to the end zone. That's Charco, but Halliman on a broken play just makes something out of nothing. Fantastic job. Marquise Halliman throwing the ball up for Charco. And the extra point by Olivia. Low snap. Hard to get in there. And that just puts 6 on the board. 12-0 for the Westshore Warriors. And now with the kickoff, Olivia, he will boot this one. Well, that's a great kick. That goes right in the hands of Lefevre, and Lefevre, he's looking for space, finds something up the middle, squeaks through, and Lefevre turns on the Jets, and he's got a house call for the Comox Valley Raiders. That puts 6 on the board, right back in it, midway through the second quarter. Great job by Lefevre, sees that field really well, and you gotta love that. And it looks like Comox, they're going to go for the single point, and that's Lefevre. Lefevre heads to the outside, and he's in the end zone. And that'll make the score 12-7 for Westshore midway through the second quarter. And on the ensuing kickoff, we got a nice boot onto this one. That's Sitar. He feels it well, and he heads to the outside, but he's brought down right away by Zoll, doing a great job tackling there on Sitar. Sitar got some wheels. And now Halliman out of the gun, kept him set. And Halliman, he's going to take the snap and he's going to put it out in the flash. Right over to his intended receiver, and that's Satar. Heads upfield. He's doing a good job here, breaking tackles. And that is 5 hard-earned yards for this young man. Putting up Westshore right past midfield, just creeping into Comox territory. And Halliman under center when he hands the ball off. And that's Anderson who's met right away. And Comox Valley doing a great job. Their line just stuffing that run. And now under center again, that's going to be Marquise Halliman. And Halliman, he's going to hand this ball off. That goes in the hands of Charco. And Charco, he's running backwards. And it's taken a whole bunch of men to stop him. Young man got some power, and he gets a first down. And the Warriors moving the ball. And split backs. It's Halliman. Yeah, he takes the ball. He's going to put this ball up. Intended receiver. What a play right there by Vickers. That was for Charlie, but Vickers breaking that one up. And doing a good job on the play is Vickers. Yeah, and Westshore continuing to move the ball. And that's Halliman. Oh, there's a toss to Charco, but that's going to go right over to McLaughlin on reverse. And McLaughlin, he's going to block her up front. Oh, nice block there by Marquise Halliman. And coming over is Vickers, and just short of the first down. That is going to be McLaughlin with a great run. And then Charlie, he's going to sneak in there under center. And Charlie's going to go off tackle. He goes right through the B gap, and there he goes. He gets that first down. Great job by Charlie. He's still trying to go. But I'll tell you what, that's a first down again for these Westshore Warriors. Under center now is Halliman. And he's going to toss it over to Cornthwaite. And to the outside he's going. But, geez, out of nowhere, that is a great play by Wolverton. Just keeping up with this man. He's got some wheels, and he stopped his tracks. Now Halliman looks to put the ball up in the air. Oh, and coming in hot right there. That's a great play. Dumont is just breaking that up. Halliman. Ball comes out. That's a turnover right there, but great play by Dumont with his penetration through the middle. And now that's going to be Lefevre, and Lefevre, the ball's in Comox's hands, and he's going to hand the ball off to Zoll, and Zoll stops and cuts it upfield again. He's going to get some positive yardage there before he's brought down by St. Louis. And then Lefevre out of the gun. And he's going to roll out to the right. He's got a blocker, and he's looking to get the edge, and he gets the edge. And there's nothing there, and that'll end the first half of this entertaining game of Junior Bantam Island Finals, 9-man. And what a job, 12-7, Westshore over Comox. the second half we go. 12-7 for Westshore. Olivia with a nice kick. That's creeping up. Umbrella in the way. And I'll tell you what, is it Westshore's ball? I don't think so. That's Comox Valley's ball, and they will take over right around midfield. And Lefevre in gun. And Lefevre takes the snap, and he looks to put this one up, and he does. And just over the top of his intended receiver. And then coming out of the gun again. And hands the ball over to Jala. Jala, he's looking for the edge, and he finds it, but no. Stuffing him right there is Halliman with a great tackle. That's for a minimal gain. And that's Lefevre out of the gun again. And there's motion on his right. And Lefevre with a nice throw. And what a catch right there. That is a beautiful catch. He's all getting up big time in the air with the catch. That's a great job of moving the ball. Comox in business early in the second half. And then Lefevre motion. And Lefevre's going to go to the left. He's got blockers. He's looking for the edge. There's Contain right there. That slowed him down nicely to Sitar. And Anderson with cleanup duty. And then we're going second down. And that's going to be Lefevre. And Lefevre, low snap, but he gives it to Zoll. And Zoll goes right up the gut. And he's gaining a couple yards. And this is going to be tough. Now we're coming up for third and long. And Lefevre takes the snap. He rolls to the right-hand side. And he's chased, and he has cut some wheels, but oh, boom! He's met right there with a great tackle on the play again by Anderson. That's a beauty. And that's going to be turnover on downs. And now from under center, that's going to be Halliman. Halliman, he boots out to the right. And Halliman, he's hot pursuit is Frizzle with a nice tackle, brings him down for a loss of about 2. And then Halliman out of the gun, empty set. He trips to the right, and then he's got motion. And, it's Bobble. He's trying to get out of this. He rolls up, but there are Comox Valley Raiders all over him. Oh, there's a block right there. Oh, they're going to call that an illegal block, and there's a nice tackle right there by Vickers. That 15-yard penalty on the illegal block. That's going to put the Warriors back, and then Olivia with a nice boot gets the ball up, and the Raiders, they will drop it. Look out, there's Bentley, and he will pick it up. Tanner Bentley, what a big take, opportunistic right there, picking up that ball. And what a heads-up play by Bentley, setting up Westshore on a 1st and 10. Now Halliman toss right to Charlie. Charlie is going to try and get the edge, but he gets some good positive yardage there. That's a great run to start things off on this drive for Charlie. And then out of the gun, that's going to be Halliman. Halliman, he's going to hand this one off to Anderson. And Anderson just plows his way up the middle. You got to love how this young man runs. And he just gets better and better every game. And then under center, Marquise with the handoff right over to Anderson. And he's going to get about 4 positive yards on the play. That's a nice run. But there is a penalty on the play, and that'll move the ball back 5 yards. And that's going to be second at about 15. And then Halliman, he's going to put it in the air, and he puts it up. And, just about caught right there by Charlie. Gets it up high, tall man. And get that high pointed. But it's going to be now third down and punting the ball. It's going to be Westshore Warriors. That's going to be Olivia. That's set up. And the Warriors couldn't get anything done on this turnover. They kick the ball, and that goes right into the hands of Abbott, but he is met right away by Charco. Good tackle, and Comox will take over around midfield. And then in gun, it's going to be Lefevre, and Lefevre, he's going to hand this ball right over to Joel, and Joel, he tries to get upfield, but he's met right away by Anderson and Charco. I don't want to mess with those two right there. And then on second down, Lefevre in gun. Motion, and Lefevre, it's a low snap. Lefevre's going to get flushed out of the pocket. He puts the ball up in the air. Oh, and there's a nice catch by Cuban, and he gets the edge, and he runs all the way down, and he is deep in Westshore territory, and he makes a finishing that off with authority. A nice job right there by Cubit. And then Lefevre out of the gun again. And Lefevre takes the snap. And he's going to hand the ball off right there. That was for Zoll. And Zoll is just met right away by Wilson. What a great job by Wilson, just getting off the ball really quick. And then it's going to bring up third down. Lefevre, another low snap. Lefevre, he's going to put the ball up. And there's going to be a flag on that play, and that's going to be a pass interference call, and that bails out Comox. And now Lefevre is trying to get something going here. And Lefevre, he's going to put this ball up, and it's just a little bit overthrown. And he was a little unsettled with his feet. That's a tough job to do on a run. Yeah, we're going to head into the fourth quarter in this tight ball game. Still 12-7 for Westshore. And on the move, Lefevre and the Raiders. And Lefevre going to take the snap. And Lefevre, he's going to put this ball up. And he finds his man once again. That's Cubit. Cubit, oh, he is brought down, but a great pickup. Another first down. And another great job by Bentley. And now in business, that's Lefevre. He's going to hand ball off. That's Zoll, and Zoll tries to get to the outside, but he breaks a tackle, but he's met by a host of Warriors. And that's going to be, there's going to be an offside on the defense. And 5 more yards up. We got flags flying everywhere. And there's encroachment. And let the laundry keep coming. This is getting them closer and closer. And now Lefevre looking to take over the game. That's a great handoff to Zoll, but he is met. What a tackle. That's a beauty right there. Owen Carr and Anderson doing the job right at the goal line and keeping Comox out of the end zone. And then Lefevre, he's going to hand this ball off and net right away. That's Wolverton, ball carrier. And watch this, tracking him nicely all the way. And doing a great job is Jackson to bring him down just right near the goal line. And once again, proving they mean business on this goal line stand. This is a critical play coming up, third down. And Lefevre out of the gun. And Lefevre, he's going to keep it himself this time. And he's heading to the right side, tracking him down nicely and bringing him down right there. That is a beauty by Sitar, keeping the Raiders out of the end zone. And Raiders could have taken the lead, but they've turned the ball over on downs. And now it's going to go in the hands of Halliman. And Halliman, he's got the toss right there. Oh, and that's a great defensive play by Zoll, and bringing him down nicely. And Zoll, he's been all over it all day. And then out of the gun, that's Halliman and Halliman with the handoff. Oh, but what a job right there by Lefevre with the tackle. It's a minimal gain on the play. And now they're going to have to punt Westshore, but no, they're not scrambled around. And Halliman, that's kind of a smart play right there, taking a safety, and that's going to make a score 12-9 for the Westshore Warriors. And with this gamesmanship beginning in this fourth quarter, and the Island Finals on the line. Lefevre, he's going to put this one up, and he puts it deep, but look out. That's his intended receiver, just can't connect with him. And Lefevre's got Carter Zoll in the backfield, and Lefevre takes a snap handoff to Zoll, and Zoll tries to get the edge right here. He's going nowhere right away. He brought down. That's for a loss of about 2, and Westshore's defense just flexing all day today. And then Lefevre out of gun, and he's going to take it himself. He's got his blocker up front, and he's going to try and get some positive yards, and he does. That's brought down. That's Anderson once again on the tackle. And young man has some great angles, doing a good job today, having a really good game, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Halliman, he gives it right to Anderson, and he's trying to move up the middle and fight for extra yardage, and that he does get. That looks like that's enough for a first down. And then after a great run by Anderson, out of the gun, and split backs, and the ball is going to go right in the hands of Anderson, and he gives it on the outside and smelling it all the way. Where are the Raiders? Let's take a look at this one again. And Halliman toss over to Anderson, and right back, that's Hubert. But look at, not panicking on the play is Hughes, and Hughes chucks him down. That is a great play by Hughes. And Hughes getting up, beating his chest, and you know, you kind of deserve that. That's a great play. And then it's gonna be Halliman. Nice toss right over to Charco, and he's got the edge, and he comes out punishing right there. Vickers with the tackle. Well, what a play there by Charco, bringing it down deep into Comox territory, and now under center. That's going to be Halliman, and Halliman's going to give this one right up to Anderson, up the gut, and that is some great yardage by this young man, managed by Vickers, and a couple other Raiders, but more positive yardage and on the move. That's going to be Anderson again. Anderson's busting right up the middle end for a touchdown for the Westshore Warriors. That puts 6 more on the board, and with the extra point pending, and Olivia lining up for the extra point, and that kick is good, and that puts 8 on the board, and that's going to make the score in this tight game, 20-7, late in the fourth quarter. And Olivia with the short kick, Wolverton coming off, shot out of nowhere, look out, and that is Wilson, Elias Wilson, and he'll pick up his own strip, and he'll take it. That is Westshore ball, and that is a huge turn of events in this game. That's a nice kick. And Wolverton, he sees an edge, but he does not see this young man, Elias Wilson, who just destroys this young man and then picks the ball up himself. And that is a strip, a fumble, a recovery by Elias Wilson. Westshore ball taken over right around the 40-yard line. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 40 and hand the ball off. And that's going to go right over to Anderson, and Anderson picking a couple of yards up on the play. And then on 2nd and 8, and Halliman chewing that clock up. And he's going to hand the ball back over to Anderson, and Anderson, he's going to head to the outside. He's going to get some more yardage, and that's a great play by Anderson, keeping that ball moving. Good tackle by Evans, and under center, that's Halliman. He hands it right over to Anderson, and Anderson, he gets to the outside, and he's got speed, and he breaks a tackle. Oh, he doesn't, and Vickers had, oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, look at this young man, all the way down to about the 1.5-yard line. What an effort there by Anderson, just having a huge game, and you got to love that. Giving the ball back to Anderson, he deserves this, and the young man just had a stellar game today. That's your 2025 Junior Bantam 9-man Island champions as the Westshore Warriors moving on to Provincial next Sunday. That's November the 30th, and what a game did they play. They played a great game, and well coached in this game. Did a fantastic job. Comox, they always come to play. I'd love to see this team in Comox come out for spring football. They do such a great job. They're an exciting team to watch. And they got a lot of good players, and it's good to have them in football, but sure would love to see them in the spring for a change. Just a great game by both these teams, super exciting, but Westshore is your Island champions in the 9-man division. Really fun game to watch, and the fans were definitely entertained, and Comox, they traveled well. Remember, this game was a 3-point game in the fourth quarter, but Island champions, and lots of grins on that side of the Westshore team. They're going back to the Provincial Championships again. They won it last year, and you gotta love to see that. I'll tell you what, let's get out in the community. Let's support events like this at next week's Provincial Championship. My name is Cam Smith with U Sports Production. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the field.